Hi, I'm Stephen, and this is Let's Get Working. Discussing your strengths during an interview is easier than talking about your weaknesses. However, people still make mistakes or say the wrong thing. Just like the question, what are your weaknesses? The question, what are your strengths, needs to be answered carefully. To start with, there are a couple of things you need to avoid. Talking about irrelevant strengths. My friends will say I'm a fun and happy person. Not all strengths are relevant to each job, and some strengths aren't even job related. A personal strength isn't what the interviewer is after. By giving an irrelevant strength, you show that you didn't understand the question, don't care about your answer, or don't have any strengths to mention. Coming across as arrogant or too cocky. I have proven leadership skills, as you can see from my resume, and this helps me to show people that my way is the best way. Being modest during an interview can hide your true worth, but on the flip side, going overboard and making big claims in order to seem important can be just as damaging. If you say you're excellent at a task, you need to be able to show it. Even if you can show that your claims are correct, coming across as if it's your way or the highway might not sit well with the interviewer. Rambling during an interview. I'm a good problem solver. I'm positive and get along well with people. My communication skills make me an excellent team member. I'm a dedicated employee and make sure my work is always correct. I'm reliable and can be counted on to complete tasks and arrive at work on time, and I'm flexible and always willing to take on responsibilities when it's required of me. I have a lot of strengths. Do you want me to continue? The question, what are your strengths, isn't an invitation to see how many qualities you can list about yourself in a short time. Condense your list down to a couple of the skills that are most relevant for the position or company. An unfocused answer where you mention 10 different strengths can show that you don't understand what's important for the position. Talking about a strength that's actually a weakness. I'm really dedicated and have a great attention to detail. I can't stop until I've completed a task and make sure that task is 100% perfect, even if it means I have to keep working during my free time, after work or on the weekend. Some things seem like a strength at first, but as you think about it, it becomes clear that they're actually more of a weakness. This example sounds like a strength. After all, you said you're dedicated and have attention to detail. But what you've also indicated is that you can't let things go. You obsess over tasks, trying to make them perfect, even if they don't need it. You can't focus on more than one task, which means all your other work doesn't get completed. And you spend too much time on these tasks, to the point where you need to use your free time in order to complete them. Be careful how you describe your strengths. You may actually be talking about a weakness. In this example, if you'd left it at an attention to detail and supported your answer with an example, you could have cut out all the negative sounding parts of the answer. In addition to what you say, be specific when talking about the strengths and show you have confidence in what you're saying. If you don't seem to commit to what you're saying, it will show that you don't believe in yourself. Your strengths will have the greatest impact when you can relate them to the job you're applying for. To do this, have a read through the job description and pick out all the important parts of it. Once you've noted the important things for this job, have a think about whether or not you can relate your strengths to these requirements. Never lie about your strengths or say you have what the interviewer is looking for when you don't. Whether it comes out now or later, the result will probably be bad. When you say you have a strength, you need to be able to back up your claims with examples. Examples help to support your claim by showing that you're not lying and demonstrate how you've performed in different positions. To find your strengths, think about what you do best, what areas you could be considered an expert, what areas people will come to you for help, and what current or previous co-workers and managers would say about you. For example, my strengths are my strong communication and problem-solving skills that allow me to resolve difficult situations. I've been working as a customer service representative for the past 5 years. During this time, I've learned how to get to the core of what the customer is asking and the best way to resolve the situation. This is especially helpful in situations where the customer is very unhappy and there's the potential for the situation to escalate out of control if not handled correctly. There are a lot of qualities you could mention as your strengths. These could be organisation and management skills, reliability, a willingness to take on responsibilities, the ability to meet deadlines, the ability to learn quickly, determination, problem solving, flexibility in your work, a good attention to detail, leadership skills, communication skills, the ability to work well in a team, creativity, or the ability to work well independently. There are a lot of things you could say, you just need to have a think about your abilities. Whatever you decide to say when answering this question, make sure it's relevant to the job you're applying for, that it's the truth, and you can provide an example of how you've used this strength. That will support your claim. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out our other videos. Remember to subscribe to this channel if you're interested in more information aimed at helping you find, gain, or keep a job. Until next time, have a good week, and I hope your job search goes well.